welcome. I am Marilee Burnett, your tarot reader and astrologer, here with the messages for the week of July 3rd of 2023. And our messages this week are just going to be focused on the big full moon in Capricorn that actually happens on the 3rd. If you are new to my channel, or if you just haven't subscribed yet, please click on the subscribe button now. Give me a big thumbs up, and thanks for sharing my content and commenting. I appreciate your support. If you want to go more in depth with the information for the full moon in Capricorn, I do have a wonderful article out there on my website, and I'll have the links down below for you as well. When we have a full moon in Capricorn, it means that we have things that we are concluding related to the topics that are ruled by and covered by the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn rules the 10th house. This is the top of our chart. It's the achievements of our life. It's our fame, recognition. It is also associated with father energies. And a full moon is always a time of completion, of fullness. The light is fully on the face of the moon, and so that is a cycle coming to a conclusion. Capricorn rules work. It is ruled by the planet Saturn. There is a lot of structure. There can be restriction. It's an earth sign, so it's a very grounded energy. And because of all the structure and the coolness of this energy, the moon isn't at its best here. In fact, it's what we call at fall. So emotionally, you can feel a bit restricted, a bit cold. In the sign of Cancer, where the sun is actually where the moon prefers. That's its home sign. It's loving and caring and nurturing and compassionate. And it's a very feminine energy, where that Capricorn energy can be a little more stern and father-like. So there's a challenge here, right, between the sun and the moon at every time that there is a full moon, and there is an opportunity to balance home and family with work, right, and find a way to keep both areas of your life happy and the people that are in them satisfied. There's some very supportive energy going on with the fact that Saturn retrograde, ruler of the full moon, is sitting in the sign of Pisces at 7 degrees. In fact, it's at 7 degrees. Usually planets at 7 degrees in so many minutes, but this is interesting that it's exactly at 7. 7 is a number that causes us to go within, and during that time that we spend in introspection, really getting to understand ourselves and connect with spirit on what it is that we need to see during the time of this full moon. So Saturn speaks in harmony with the sun and the moon, and it helps bring a little bit of control to emotions that are running high with both the sun and Mercury in the sign of Cancer. It's a little bit wide, but Saturn has large rings and its influence is far-reaching, so it does help, though, to bring some stability. Another influence of the full moon is the fact that we have Jupiter in the sign of Taurus, sitting at 9 degrees. So it's a little closer, a little stronger in its influence. Jupiter is a great teacher. It's a benefic planet. It can bring you blessings, but it also brings you lessons that you need to learn in order to grow. And so it just depends on where you're at in this part of your life, in this Capricorn house in your life, that those lessons will make themselves known during this time. And there's work to do, but by doing the work, we receive blessings. Jupiter in Taurus teaches us about our values, about money, and we are learning how to pursue things that have a greater purpose, right? Jupiter is that connection to spirit, to the beyond, to what's bigger than just money. But what can you do with it? What are you doing with it? These are the questions that it asks you. We've moved on from Mercury Cazimi, which can be, emotionally stressful when you have a Cazimi happen with the Sun and Mercury coming together. The Sun burns through the planet Mercury, and we call it like being cleansed by fire. And that's so that all that ways of thinking that are not productive can be burned out of your head, and you can start anew. So now Mercury's completed that, and at this full moon, you should be clear on what it is that needed to be cleansed from your mind on topics of self-care, self-nurturing, love and family, all of those things that we tend to have occupy our mind. Well, now it's time for a new cycle, and Mercury's beginning to move on, but it's still close enough where you are thinking a lot about the topics related to whatever house you have this Cancer energy in your chart. We still have that difficult influence of Uranus in its square to both Venus and Mars in the sign of Leo. So there's drama, there's tension, there's surprises that can be, a bit unsettling. And sometimes it's those squares, those difficult conversations that can, bring about surprise endings for you. It can also bring about unexpected change, which is what is needed in order to achieve a goal that you have for yourself. Also at this time, we still have the nodes moving closer and closer to ending their time in the signs of Taurus and Scorpio. They're sitting at 1 degree now. And they're also speaking in a difficult conversation with Pluto. Pluto, the planet of death and transformation and power and fear, and trying to show us abuses of power and getting us to show how we give our power away to fear. These are difficult psychological lessons that take a lot of work, and that's why this planet moves so slowly, because the lessons really run deep. These lessons are going to intensify over the next 3 weeks as these nodes and the planet Pluto come closer and closer together. So there is an intensity during the month of July. The purpose of it is to close out a cycle and start a new one. The new cycle of the nodes in the signs of Aries and Libra, that South Node in Libra has us moving away from relationships that are imbalanced, where we're giving our power away. North Node in Aries is us stepping into our power fully, making sure that we have a sense of independence in the relationships that we are a part of. So there's a lot going on. We have Neptune that's just gone retrograde, trying to clear some fog up for us and help us to tune in and see things more clearly as well. All right, so that is our mini lesson, and let's get ready now to look at the reading for your sign with the tarot cards. You want to make sure that you are watching for your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. Together, these really give you a full picture view of what this full moon in Capricorn means for you. So let's get started. All right, we will get started here. I'm just going to cut the cards with the sign of Aries. This is actually a really great card for you, Aries. And considering that your full moon happens in that 10th house that we were discussing, that Capricorn rules over, there are some big opportunities for you as far as your career goes. And the Strength card and the number 8 are truly about you fully stepping into your power, to receiving some recognition for the hard work that you have been doing, and then to be able to really celebrate your success. As a reminder, the Strength card is not about flexing your muscles. It is not about overpowering people around you to get them to do what you want them to do. It's about you gently taming the lion, like we see here. And it is with that gentle touch you have that you actually get people around you to do what it is that you need them to do to help you succeed. That blessing from Jupiter comes from your 2nd house of the money you make. So there is the potential for this to be a great career opportunity where you actually end up making more money as a result. Taurus. So you have the Moon card, which is a major arcana card, of course, and the number 19, which can bring us some, the number 18, if I can do my math, can bring us to the number 9, which can bring us some closure. So this is obviously something very emotional for you, a big growth opportunity. It happens in your 9th house. So 9th house, growth and expansion, ruled by Jupiter, ruling things like higher education, foreign travel, foreign places, foreign people. And it's that connection to spirit, to seeing things that are bigger than just yourself. It's a great time to get outside of your comfort zone and explore something new and different. Maybe you'd be thinking about making a big move overseas or taking a long extended trip, and that would be achieving a long-term goal for yourself. So Jupiter blesses you from your 1st house, the house, of course, of self. We go through a lot of growth whenever we have Jupiter travel through our 1st house. So a long-term dream really is about to come to reality for you, as long as you're willing to see what you need to see. The full moon is showing you 2 sides of something. Think about the moon. One side is filled with light. The other side is in the dark. But there's something now that you need to see, and once you do, it's going to help you achieve a goal. Gemini. This week, it's Geminis who have a decision to make. In fact, you might have had the same decision to make last week. This is the 2 of Swords. It actually looks like the symbol of Gemini, the 2 twins. And when we sit on this and don't make a decision, then we stay stuck. And you don't want to stay stuck. The 2 of Swords makes you feel like you're stuck, but you aren't. You have the ability to take your blindfold off and see what you need to see reality, so you can actually make a good decision. And the 2 means we need balance in our decision making. With a full moon in your 8th house, the one that's actually ruled by Pluto, there is some ending that happens here that creates major transformation in your life. 8th house rules the resources that we receive from other people, finances that we get from investments, things that we don't generate directly ourselves. Could be something like getting a loan. And that makes sense for some with Jupiter in your 12th house, which can rule large institutions like a bank. Then you may be getting approved for a loan. Maybe you have to decide which loan or which bank to take advantage of during this time. Always best to look at all of things about the long-term impacts and not just settling on something short-term and what's right in front of you. If you work for a large organization, this could be when you are going to receive some type of bonus or recognition, and maybe it comes about because you make this big decision. Cancer. With the Page of Swords energy, somebody is entering into your life with new information. Now, it may not come across the way that you would like because the Page of Swords is a bit of an immature energy. Could just be that the person that shares this information with you, that creates this new beginning for you, is just somebody who is young or youthful. But it is information that is needed for you to start something fresh and new. The sun shines the light from your first house of self, of course, sitting there with Mercury, and the moon in your 7th house brings some type of change to your serious relationships. So what that is for you depends, of course, on what's currently going on in your life. Is this you taking a relationship to the next level, or is this you deciding a relationship is no longer serving you and it's ready to come to a close? Now, Jupiter is blessing you from your 11th house. This is bringing you in new friends, new opportunities. Maybe this new group is highlighting for you what it is to actually feel supported, to have people around you that are caring and supportive of your goals. And if you're in a current partnership that's not like that, that may be why you're seeing a need to make a big change. Something, though, involving your relationships, whether it's business or personal, is the biggest opportunity that you have, deciding what to do with them, what goals you're going to achieve with your partner during this time. Leo. The Queen of Pentacles energy means that there may be a woman who provides you with financial opportunity this week. With this energy, again, a 1, it's a new beginning that comes as a result of concluding something else. That's what that full moon will do for you, is bring something to a conclusion. Now, this full moon happens for you in your 6th house, so this could be something involving work, health, things that you do on a daily basis. Since it's financial in nature, could mean that you are receiving some kind of financial opportunity involving your work. So it could be a new job, but of course that would mean letting go of the current job that you are in. And with Jupiter blessing you from your 10th house of career, that big project you've been working on or finishing up could now come with a financial reward. Virgos. The 3 of Wands is the card that says you've already been doing the work and you've made the effort. You chose what you wanted to pursue with that 2 of Wands energy, and now with the 3 of Wands, you're waiting for basically your ship to come in and for all the rewards to be delivered to you. The 3 is about our creator, our creative energy. It's the Holy Trinity, right? The Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. So this is something that is very heartfelt for you too. This full moon happens in your 5th house, the house that involves things associated with our heart, our children, romantic partners, hobbies, anything where you feel truly passionate about the topic. It could be something that your child is doing or achieving that makes you proud. This could be a hobby that you have that is turning into something more lucrative. but this is a really supportive energy, and all of these angles and planets that are supporting you now are extremely helpful to you. You've got that Jupiter energy in your 9th house, so this is definitely a big growth opportunity that is happening for you. Libra, you have that Sun card in the number 19 because the Sun follows the Moon in this deck. And if you happen to be listening to the earlier session where I was trying to add up the 19 for the Moon, well, this is the actual 19 card. So the Sun is just like the 5th house, where it's joyful, it's childlike, it's things that we enjoy that speak to the heart. And here we have a chance for a fresh new beginning. So Libras, this completion for you happens in the area of your chart that rules home and family. It's the 4th house. You may be moving out of or into a new house. A family member may be moving out or in. So whatever it is, you are completing a goal. Something about home and family is being concluded for you. Maybe you're thinking about expanding your family. Jupiter's blessing you from your 8th house, so this could bring a raise to your partner or significant other. This is a great opportunity to be buying lottery tickets, playing, of course, within your means. Jupiter here can bring you blessings from other resources. So you want to take advantage of the time that you have Jupiter in this house in particular, because there is big opportunities for you. So you have a major arcana card, you have Jupiter blessing you in your 8th house, and you have something, really speaking to feeling fulfilled where your family is concerned. So this can be a really beautiful, blessed full moon for you. Scorpio, in your 3rd house is where you have the full moon and where this King of Pentacles will be giving you influence. Of course, another court card, another one energy, another new beginning possible because of concluding something else. 3rd house can be about education. It's things that are a part of our community. It's transportation, it's communication amongst extended family members. So something involving your community is, being concluded, being fulfilled. You could be moving out of your community and into one that better serves you, and there maybe the move is happening because of the fact that this King of Pentacles character in your life is providing you with a financial opportunity that is allowing you to move. With Jupiter in your 7th house, you're receiving some type of financial support from actually a romantic or business partner. So maybe this King of Pentacles is that business partner or your marriage partner, and they have the big opportunity financially, and that is going to benefit you as well, which is great news. Sagittarius, with the 10 of Wands, you have been putting in a lot of work and a lot of effort, and now it's done. This can be a very dramatic time. It can be feeling like there's been a tremendous burden on you, but the good news is that burden is over and you are ready to move on. With the full moon in your 2nd house, that house that rules the money you make, this means a job or role could be changing now for you. And as a result of all the hard work, all of this heavy lifting that you've had to do, you could be receiving some type of a financial reward, especially because Jupiter is in your 6th house of the work you do. So the chances of getting a substantial raise are extremely good. And if not a raise directly, there is an opportunity for your role to expand in some way, so that you feel like all the work and effort that you just put in was very well worth it. Capricorns, with the Three of Cups, you have something to celebrate. This energy is about coming together with our girlfriends in particular, is most often definitely more of a feminine type of energy, and it's emotionally feeling good, right? The cups are our emotions, and the three brings us really close connection to our creative side, our creative spirit and energy. So it just really feels good. Of course, with the full moon in your first house, this is you achieving some type of personal success, and you feel really good about it, right? This is your full moon, and you appreciate being grounded and structured and having control over your emotions and feelings. When we have Jupiter blessing us from the fifth house, again, this is something really heartfelt. Could be opening your heart and home, could be expanding your family. Fifth house rules over our children. In general, opening your heart and sharing it with others, which feels a little contradictory to this Capricorn energy. But in that fifth house, you'll find that when you do is when you actually feel your best, your happiest, and your most joyous. Aquarius. Well, you have the beautiful World card this week, which is the very end of the Fool's journey. This is you achieving a personal goal that feels momentous, right? This is a quest that you have been on, and being able to achieve this goal at this time feels pretty incredible. Now this number 21 adds up to the number 3, so you too have that connection to creator, to your creative side, and something about that is what has helped you achieve this goal. Now, with a full moon in your 12th house, this ending can have something to do with a large organization that you're a part of. It can be something hidden coming to the surface. It can be releasing some psychological pressure that has been keeping you stuck, and this release really feels good. You've got Jupiter blessing you from your 4th house of home and family. So there is this opportunity to, again, expand on your home and family. You could be investing money in a new home. You could be selling your home and receiving the proceeds from that. You could just be adding on, redecorating. There's something about home and family that is giving you major blessings at this time. And it is truly an opportunity to help yourself feel more grounded and secure where family is concerned. Pisces. Pisces, you are getting an opportunity with the Knight of Wands to pursue your passion. The Knight, of course, is up 1 energy, so this full moon brings something to a close so that this new beginning can rush in. And that's exactly what the Knight of Wands does, is they rush in, stir things up, and send you off in a new direction, one that you're really passionate about. Now, this Knight of Wands could be a friend, because this full moon is happening in your full house, and so this friend may introduce you to a new group, something that's really aligned with one of your passions, and as a result, you know, you're heading off into a new direction, having found your tribe, and it feels really, really good. Jupiter's blessing you from your 3rd house. So maybe this has something to do with you being recognized as an important community leader. Definitely is an opportunity for you to expand your role, maybe to expand your education. And as a result of that, you are able to take on a bigger leadership role in the community. All right. So if you didn't listen to the very beginning where I suggested that this is a good time to make sure you've listened to your sun, your moon, and your rising sign, you can just go back and listen to those now and get the big picture for yourself. In a couple of weeks, we'll have the new moon in Cancer, and that means we'll have a new Sippin' Stars event. So if you haven't had a chance to enter into that group, it's a lot of fun, still small and growing, but because of its size, I'm able to give you guys a lot of one-on-one attention, do some card readings for you, do some chart readings for you. Whatever we decide is important for that moon event is what we pull together. I'll give you a lesson about the sign of Cancer and help you craft some new moon wishes as well. And then together we like to set intentions to show how our manifesting power works. So I have the link down below so that you can take a look and see if that's something that would be of interest to you. Of course, down below I also have the link to this full moon article and the rest of the energy that is going on this week, which it does end with an interesting yod, which is what we call a finger of God or mission of God. So there is some really interesting energy towards the end of the week between Mars and Neptune and Pluto. There's some big undertaking, some action that we need to take. Maybe something that we see involving some different leadership roles, changes happening, but it's going to be an interesting week, and each week as we go through the month of July just gets more and more intriguing. So check out the article below for all of the details. And of course, if you would like to work with me, I have the links where you can book a session down below as well. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for liking and commenting and sharing my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope you have a very blessed week ahead.